Some people might think this is coincidence. Some people might say it's the universe communicating or imbibing itself through you, in you, in some kind of, I don't know, like panentheist, we are the universe kind of way. But the way I see it, it's much deeper than that. And the consequences of our dreams, though they can be relatively small, make rich and moving impact on our day-to-day lived experiences. And I want to give a good example. So I had a dream a few nights ago. And in the dream, I had a baby on one side of me and a small folding table attached to me on the other side. And there were people around me. It was kind of hard to convince others to work with me. Then the next part of the dream, I was amid football tryouts. And that's the end of the dream. So kind of weird, one of those things you wouldn't really think anything of it. But for me, when I'm reflecting on the dream, baby on one side, mobile folding table on the other, it's like me balancing my family life and my work life. I got 2 little babies and a wife who need me present at home. And then I have my job. I'm a real estate appraiser. I'm always on the go every day. And a significant part of my life is about trying to balance these things, trying to run a business and engage with clients and opportunities. It's really tough to do while still giving myself to my family when there's only so many hours in the day. And I think that the Lord, far from being removed, kind of like, oh, figure it out, you can do better. No, he's present and he's affirming. Like he's saying, yeah, it's tough. It's like tryouts. And so you're grappling to become a better businessman, a husband, a father. You take it seriously, but you also got to give yourself some leniency because you're not perfect. Tryouts. You see what works, what doesn't. And the process is a bit grueling, but if you take it seriously and with true and honest intent to try and find a balance, you will grow from that. Well, so later that day, a buddy reached out to me, and he had been trying to get lunch, and our schedules weren't lining up. But he said his appointment got canceled, and now he's free to grab lunch today. So we meet up. It's fun. We're just kind of talking shop, catching up, when suddenly the conversation just kind of morphed into being a better dad. And he was talking about the different challenges he was facing internally, emotionally, logically. He's got to work all the time and he's always on the go. And then when he's at home, it's hard to stay off the phone. But then he started floating out ideas he was taking to really enhance his presence to his children, like practical activities. And as this is happening in real time, I'm like, this is actually my dream. And it's funny because even in the dream, the football tryouts, I never played football. But my buddy who I was eating lunch with, he did, and he was really good at it. And he devoted a lot of his life to it. So it was something that could really resonate with him. And so I'm like, I had to stop him. And I said, dude, I had a dream last night and I poured it out and it was relevant to the conversation. And I told him, I firmly think he's working, like the Lord is working. I told him, you see what I mean when I say the Lord intentionally gives us dreams? And my buddy just responded, synchronicity. And that stuck. It just kind of clicked. Because truly, one of the many reasons the Lord gives us dreams, and for sure, there are many different reasons, but one of them, in these times where we're surrounded, even drowning in angst, misery, death, just day-to-day turmoil, it's to build us up in order for us to help build others up. It's this synchronization of our shared lived experiences underneath this overarching and actively present sight of God. That's dreams. And I told my buddy I was going to use our conversation as the topic of the next podcast and explained why the Lord wants to synchronize our lives with his and in turn our lives with each other in order to build us up. And the Lord is a builder and investor. And he meets us where we're at. He wants to build us up from the ground up. So that night I texted him. I had another super short dream. And the dream was just like I was looking at an investment property from several different angles. And to me, that's the Lord confirming, yes, we are an ongoing project. And he is interested in building us up from all different angles. Perhaps slowly, but as an investor sees the project in a synchronized way, one step, one angle at a time. It's good dreams.